Could we see one last drop to 14,000 before we see a relief rally of Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, bratans? This is what we will speak today about. And why 14K? Because we see here, we are right now on the daily, we see here this descending broadening wedge, right? And we broke out of it, but we never retested it. This is the one thing. And the second thing is we broke down our green line to the downside, which you see here perfectly right now. And why 14K? The first thing is because the retest, which would be very bullish if we're not breaking inside of this descending broadening wedge, would be around 14,000, 14,800. Obviously, we could see here a breakdown to 14,800, a quick wick to the downside, and then a relief rally to the upside that we are closing a daily candle, which is perfectly bouncing on this 14,800. On this 14,800 with the clear with one wick down below to even 30,800. And why 30,800? I show you also here exactly, because if we are watching on the monthly right now here, wait a minute, I'm recording. Okay, I'm recording. If we are watching on the monthly right now, it's very interesting because the big support. The big support is coming in here on the monthly at around 13,900, 14K. You see here a big support, right? 2 months of support. And here you see 3 months of support and resistance. So all in all, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 months of support and resistance. This is our big support. This is the last drop which we could see before we see the relief rally to the upside. And our indicators are clearly showing us also that this last drop will coming. Why? If we are watching right now on the daily, we see here very clear our VBSM showing us our volume based buy sell momentum, showing us that we crossed here. Wait a minute, I show you a little bit, I extended, that we crossed here the red line to the upside, you see here, and this is very bearish. So if the red line crossed to the upside, what happened? We see it based on the past. Here you see it, bratans. Wait a minute, I make it a little bit bigger so you see it clearly. So based on the past, as soon as we saw here, and this is exactly what we see right now also, man, this is crazy. Look at this. We saw in when it was in November 2022, the red line crossed the blue line, and we had 1, 2 daily candles closed before we saw a big drop to the downside. I mean, like I every time tell you, history didn't repeat, but it's similar. And we see right now it's not only about history, it's about the indicators, which are clearly showing us here that we crossed the red line to the upside. We see 2 daily candles closed. We broke down here this green line to the downside. This is the big support which we broke down here. You see here, wait a minute. You see here this green line broke to the downside. This is one factor. The second factor, which is speaking for that we will see another last drop to 14K, is if we are watching the S&P 500, bratans, and the S&P 500 also broke down here this red line to the downside, and we got 2 times rejected on this yellow line. Like I told you, I still expecting a relief rally to the upside. I explain you also in a second why I still expecting a relief rally, but one last drop to the downside I expecting right now, because all the indicators clearly showing us. Also S&P 500 is the leading indicator, the leading indicator for Bitcoin right now. And as I told you, bratans, here on the 4 hourly, as soon here based on the past, as soon as we broke here this purple line to the upside, this was for us a clear long opportunity, because S&P 500 is leading indicator. And right now I expecting, yes, that we will see some more drop of the S&P 500. The big support line will coming at 3,714 and at 3,587. And if we see 7% dump in the S&P 500, we will see also bigger dump in the crypto price, right? So this is what I clearly expecting right now in the near future, to liquidate really all the longs, because people getting right now still very bullish right now, and we have to liquidate all the leverage out of the crypto of Bitcoin, right? So very clear, this is the big support which perfectly fits in. You see around 30,814K, which perfectly on the monthly, which is coming in in, which perfectly fit with our daily from our descending broadening wedge. Here you see perfectly we will retest this line. This is what I'm expecting and predicting to retesting here, this 14,800 line with a wick down to 14k, and then we see a relief rally to the upside. Obviously, if you're clearly closing below this, so inside of this descending broadening wedge, then we will go even lower to 7k, but this is not what I'm expecting right now. I'm expecting really the relief rally to the upside, because we see very clear that we are ready for relief rally to the upside, but we have to liquidate all the shorts right now out, all the longs right now out of the market. And if we are watching right now on the big picture on the daily, we see also that on the big picture the dump money is very bearish, and this is very bullish in the big picture. So in the immediate short term, yes, I'm expecting here dump to 14k, but in the bigger picture, this will be the local bottom, and then we will see a pump to around 30,000, right? Because we see the big resistance coming at 35,000, and this would be a pump of around, wait a minute, blood. This would be a pump of around 100%, which we will see. This is what I'm very sure, which we will see in the next months, coming to 35k, and then we will get I think rejected and see creating either a new lower low or getting again around 20k. This is what we saw exactly based on the previous bear market. We saw here we reached our bottom after 1 year. This is exactly what right now happening. 1 year is gone right now, and right after we saw a pump of over 330%, and then we created nearly a new lower low. And why I'm expecting also right now that we will see a relief rally to the upside in the big picture. I mean, first a dump and then relief rally. You see also it's very clear if we are watching right now, this is what I'm coming right now. Also the big media also is very bearish. Dow closed out its worst day in 3 months, falls more than 700 points as recession fears grow. And this is what we want to read in the media, right? We want that they are getting very bearish, and this is what we see. And also if we are watching here on the big picture, you see here, we see here the average long-term BTC trader jumped into negative return territory on June 9, 2022. You see here a big red field which we are creating right now. And guess what? Based on the past year in 2019, this is when we reached also our bottom, when we create this big red field, when all the average long-term trader went negative, and this when we created our bottom. So I expecting that that around 14k, this will be the bottom of Bitcoin, and I'm also buying heavily right now on dollar cost average Bitcoin and Ethereum, bratans. By the way, if you also want to trade or just buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can do it on Bybit. Link is down below. After initial deposit, you get also $30,030 up to $30,030. Link is down below. So very clear. And one good news also, bratans, I made a big video on Binance, where, because there are big rumors like Binance will go to the toilet and so on. Watch the video. Link is not down below. You can watch. Yes, they did the big video. I mean a positive one, because in my opinion this only FUD, and this also perfectly article showing me that I was right, because Crypto Quant's audit of Binance reveals no FTX-like behavior and proof of reserves. And you see here on-chain audit of Binance by the blockchain analytics firm Crypto Quant has concluded that Binance reserves of BTC and other major coins are not showing FTX-like behavior at this point. So the conclusion is, in conclusion, Crypto Quant said that on-chain data shows that Binance has been honest about its assets and liabilities in BTC terms. So very bullish everything in the big picture. In the midterm picture, I show you also my trade in a second. I expecting here that we will retest here this line of around 14,800 with the wick down probably to 30,800 even. Therefore, what I'm doing right now, because I'm at the moment in a long right now with $25,000, with right now $20 in profit, 4%. So it's not a big deal. But what I'm doing right now, I'm watching closely right now, and I'm watching right now on the 1 hourly, because what I'm doing here right now is very clear in my opinion. As soon as we breaking here below 16,650, I closing my long and jumping into a short right then. and the first support line which is coming here in would be, wait a minute, I show you in a moment. It's very clear. You see here big resistance, 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 and support. So the first big support line, as soon as we break 6,650, I expect that the first price tag will be 16,200. This is where I take my first profit, and as soon as we break 60,200, I mean, it depends on the timeline. The more it goes by, the lower it gets. As soon as we break 6,200, I going even in a bigger short, right? I adding to my short to 14k, right? So around 14k. So this could be all in all a trade of 15%, 10x. Wait a minute, I go here. All in all of 15%, 10x, 150%, 20x, or 300% long opportunity. Maybe we will retest before we will see this big dump. We will retest here to liquidate all the shorts to 17k that we are going again, and then we will see a dump. This is what all we will see today. I think we will see today in the evening a big volatility, because the Asia market will open on Sunday evening while we are sleeping, so watch out for it. In my opinion, very clear. Again, quick summary, bratans, I expecting in the immediate short term that we will see maybe a little bit pump, but we will see a dump, a liquidation week to 14k to retest our descending broadening wedge, to liquidate all the longs, all the leverage, and after it, in the midterm, in the big picture, we'll see relief rally to 30k in the next months. This is my prediction. This is what I'm expecting. I also I yesterday only bought over 150,000 or $100,000 worth of Ethereum blood. And so I watching on the big picture. In the immediate short term, I trying to short Bitcoin. Also, I will close my long as soon as we're breaking 6,650. I closing my long and jumping heavily into a short. This is what I'm doing. Don't forget, link down below. Bybit if you also want to trade on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or so on, and you get free access to my Discord and Telegram channel, where you get quick summaries of my video if you don't have time to watch my videos, absolutely for free. And you also have here news, everything for free. Link is down below. I kiss you and I see you later. Mwah.